One. Hi, team. Welcome to Monday Night Live. We'll see if anybody joins. I'm sure they will.
Louie, go lay down.
There is a little a counter that says, how many people we have, but
Okay.
I think it's a little delayed. So I'm actually going to real quick pull this up on my team page to see if I can see
Go lay down.
who we have.
Luca, get.
Are you talking to your dog?
Yes.
I love it.
My dog and my grandpuppy. Go. 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 Go outside. Go outside.
Okay. So we don't have any viewers yet. Let's see. Invite friends. Okay. I'll just start inviting people from my team. Are you okay?
Go. Lay down. Yeah, I'm here. Go. 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 Go.
I'm just gonna invite everybody.
Okay.
I mean, why not?
It looks like somebody's on.
Yay! Hey, Misty. Hey, Carol.
Hey, everyone.
I'm excited that I can invite people.
We're gonna here again with two dogs that want to be right here. Okay. Go.
Okay, so I invited a ton of people, so hopefully they'll come hang out with us too. Okay, so welcome. We have 3 viewers. I know we've got Misty and Carol. I'm not sure who number 3 is. Oh, it's me probably because I'm watching it on my phone.
Okay.
But everyone, whether you're here or watching the replay, this is Paula.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. This is fun. So this right here is like super technological, and I feel like it's a little crazy, but it's free, so I'm gonna use it as long as I can.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna formally introduce you to everyone with your accolades, because you're a big deal, so people need to know. So Paula joined Pink Zebra June 28, 2012. She has earned 3 incentive trips to Cancun, Jamaica, which she earned for 2, and Costa Rica, which was last year, right? Was that last year? Okay. Her highest personal sales volume in 1 month was around $2,800. And she was a recipient of the Paisley Award for Most Parties. And that was 2013 when I met you in Amelia Island, Florida. And you have earned 3 sales consistency awards for sales and 1 for sponsoring. And your proudest accomplishment would be earning that first trip because there were only 5 people there. 5 people went on the very first Pink Zebra incentive trip. That's crazy. So you got to have a really special personal vacation with our founders.
Yeah, it was
super
very
cool.
intimate with the owners.
Yeah.
Which was really neat.
I can only imagine. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about vendor events. Paula, do you want me just to I'll just let you take it away and then.
Okay. And if questions, just stop me.
Okay.
Or comment or whatever. Okay.
All right. So I'm actually going to change the view. I don't think you can see it, but I'm going to make you the main person, and I'll just put myself in a little box.
Okay.
Let's see if it does it. Well. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I'm just going to make you the main person.
No. That's fine. Okay.
I can goof off until I put myself back on camera. I'm kidding.
Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about events. Although we are a party plan, and I'm a true believer that our parties are our number 1 concept that we want to our goals we're reaching for. A home party, Facebook party, whatever type of party. But events are a great way to achieve a lot of things. So what do you want to achieve out of an event? I personally feel there's things you're going to be looking for at an event. You want to build relationships, and our business is all about relationships, and events is a great place to do that. You can build relationships with your customers and other consultants. That's important. You want to get to know other consultants. You want them to think of you as the Pink Zebra rep. And we'll go back to why I highly recommend that. Other things you want to get out of an event: bookings, party bookings, and you want to look for potential recruits. So we're going to start with that. Potential recruits. You have somebody who is at your event and they want to buy everything. They love it. They're going crazy. They're smelling the scents. They're telling people that walk by, smell this, it smells so good. But they don't have the money to buy the things they want to buy. That's your red flag. Those are the people you want to kind of throw out the concept of, you can have all of this too if you are a consultant. Or you have the person that is willing to pull out the credit card and order everything out of your catalog. That's the one that you want to point out, that our starter kit is only $99 or $199, and that will get them a membership into Pink Zebra. So when I have somebody who wants to buy it as just as, you know, as a hobby, to get their own, you know, buy for themselves just to get a discount, consider it a membership. It's kind of like belonging at Sam's Club. You have a membership to Sam's Club. You can have a membership to Pink Zebra. It's $11.95 a month. You can buy unlimited. You can share your discount. You can make some money. So that's kind of how I throw that out there for people who want to just do it to get the discount. You do not necessarily have to have everything to sell at a vendor event. I think this is important, especially when you're just starting. If you are going out doing your vendor events, and I can remember my very first one, all I had was my starter kit. And with my starter kit, I made up my own business cards. I didn't have any, I just made them up, cut them up, and I put them with a little bit of samples. And I still do my samples the same way, although I do order my business cards now. I get the little bags that you would get at Packetans or Walmart, whatever, in the jewelry business. Put your little business card in there. I put about 5 to 6 sprinkles. That is all I do for my samples. The reason being is if you give too much product away, you are spending way too much money. You just want them to smell them. And I tell them it's the candle toppers. It's use it as a candle topper or to recycle their old candles at home and try it out that way. I also tell them to throw it in their purse. Every time they get in there, they're going to think of me because their purse is going to smell amazing. If it's kids, like high school kids at my event, I'll give them a sample. I'll say, hey, stick this in your locker. It's going to smell really good. Put it in your book bag, whatever. So it's just getting your sample in their hands. But there are some things you want to keep in mind. So back to this. All you really need is your starter kit to do an event, because you can, number one, say, this is the starter kit. This is what you get for $99. Number two, you're going to have your order forms, your catalogs, things like that. So if they do want to make a purchase, they can do it that way also. So, you can have a door prize. It can be something very, very simple. I recommend using your own products. I don't recommend going out and purchasing something just because it's Pink Zebra. Why would you want to promote somebody else's business when you can be promoting your own? So, a Go card, a sample of sprinkles. If you don't want to do a full jar, a sample of sprinkles. The whole idea with having a door prize drawing is you want to get their information. So they're going to fill it out. After the event, you're going to go through there, and the most important thing you could do is follow up on those door prize slips. Call the winner, let them know that they've won. Call everybody and say, and they're going to think they won because you're calling them to begin with. So you say, oh, I'm so excited. I just wanted to let you know that unfortunately you didn't win the door prize, but you can still be a winner. And then maybe offer them a special. maybe 10% off. Maybe if they book a party, whatever, you have to look at the prize slip. If they put on there they might be interested in booking a party, then promote it that way. Say, if you're interested in having a party, I'm offering a free jar of sprinkles or a free carton of sprinkles or whatever you feel comfortable doing. Just keep this in mind. Whenever you offer an incentive, you're going to add that onto the party order. So you're paying the wholesale price, you're not paying full price, and you're not paying shipping. So it's going to go right with their order. So anytime you do an incentive, once again, use your own product for an incentive. I like to use the Go cards or, the reed diffuser, and then they'll buy the soaps or whatever, or, do a couple samples, maybe make up a special recipe. Whatever you can afford to do and whatever you feel comfortable with. So with that being said, if you decide that you want to add to your products and have things available for them to purchase at your party, you want to start small. And the best way to build your inventory is to always order as a party order. Even if you're putting in a $150 party order, you're not going to pay $150 because remember, you're going to get the wholesale price, and then you're going to earn the hostess benefits. Those hostess benefits are used for products that you're going to use at your vendor events. So if you want to do a sprinkle bar, why not get a carton for free or half off? Because then when you're selling it for $10 a jar, you're making more money. And then the most important thing is if you are selling things at an event, you want to take that money and recycle it back into your business. And then you can order more products. You don't want to go and invest $1,000 because if you're like me, you just don't have that kind of money to do it. So you want to start small and build up. But like I said, do not think you cannot do a vendor event with just your starter kit. Because remember, you're not really there to sell the product. You're there to get the product name out there. You're there to get your name out there. You're there to find your next host, to find your next team members, to find potential customers. Another idea, and this is kind of not really just with events, this is for anything. When you are handing out your samples, it is important that you get some type of contact information. So that sometimes is a little bit difficult if you're just handing out random samples. So the idea I kind of came up with is even just have a little note in the bag where your sample is, or maybe on the back of your business card that says text and then your number within 5 days. Let me know how you liked your sample and get entered into a drawing. So then maybe once a month, all those texts you could put into a drawing, but then you have the feedback. So, sorry, I just had a message. So, but anyhow, so that's, you want to kind of get an idea. You want to get that feedback. You need to get that contact information. So whatever works for you. I know some consultants will have like a little Post-it where, here, fill this out and I'll give you a sample. But whatever is the easiest. I kind of think it's easy that they will do it. They might text you back their name and number, that how they liked it, or if they didn't like it, or whatever, if they're entered into some type of drawing. Once again, it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be 1 scoop sample a month to everybody who texts in. It could be a special recipe and a scoop sample that you put together, and it could be known as your winter scoop or whatever. Just get real creative. Like I said, once again, however you get that information, whether it's a door prize slip or if you just have information slips for them to fill out, you want to follow up at an event. You want to follow up within 48 hours, because if you wait 3 weeks from now, they may have been at 5 different events. They're not going to remember you as the pink zebra person. You want to follow up and let them know, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you. One of the things I will do, if they make a purchase, I will put a little star on their door price slip. So if they put it in the box already, I'll take it out and kind of mark on it, throw it back in there. Or if they hand it to me, I will, make a little mark. That way I will remember what they purchased. So that when I do the follow-up, I can say, hey, how did you like your stress relief sprinkles? Or whatever the purchase is. So there's lots of different kinds of events. The ones that seem to be the most popular are the craft shows. There are also ladies' nights, which I love. Ladies' nights at a winery are a blast. Anytime there is any type of alcohol involved, people will spend more money. So keep that in mind. It's the truth, even at a party. So how you decide which events you're going to do. Number one, look at the cost. And the cost will usually determine two things. Number one, I try not to jump into the really most expensive ones unless I'm going to be sharing it with somebody. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But look at the cost and kind of have an idea of if you've never done it before, maybe ask around, hey, I heard such and such school's doing a fundraiser. Has anybody heard about it? You kind of through the grapevine, you will learn which ones really advertise and which ones don't. And it's trial and error. It's a gamble, whether it's going to be a fantastic event or not. But don't be afraid to ask around. The larger ones usually do cost more money. A lot of times you will get a better turnout with that. So that's something you have to decide if you want to invest in that. If you're doing a larger one, I would suggest splitting it with either another consultant, maybe 3 or 4, but you have to decide how you're going to do it. So if it's 2 consultants, you both have to agree up front what you're going to do. Are you going to both bring such a dollar amount of products and split everything? I would suggest splitting your contacts right down the middle, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then following up that way. One of the biggest, I think, is one of the most important. I talked about doing relationships and building that relationship with other consultants. When I set up at an event, once I get my table set up, I walk around that event. I look at other people's displays. Especially if they have some really cute ideas. So, sometimes they might have some things on their table that you think are a really great idea. So, but just introduce yourself as the Pink Zebra consultant, get to know them. They will become your circle. And the reason you want to do this is if, somebody says to Mary from Perfectly Posh, hey, I'm looking to buy some Pink Zebra. Do you know anybody who sells it? If you've built that relationship with her, she's going to know you as the Pink Zebra consultant, and she's going to refer you to her friends. So that's one of the other reasons. Now, the other thing I like to do with other consultants, with other companies, is I like to kind of scout out their Facebook pages. And what I do is I will go to their page, and then I will go to their events. And I will pull open their events and see where they're going, especially if I don't have something. Let's say next month I don't have anything. I will look at other people who I've seen at events and see what they're doing. And if they have, if they're going to an event, I might message them. Hey, I see you're going to an event at such and such high school. Do you know if they still have spots available, and who would I contact? And you'll find out that people will come to you and say, hey, listen, I think they need a Pink Zebra consultant, or you do the same thing. It's not just, gimme, do the same thing for them. So if somebody's looking for another consultant, you could do that. So I think building that relationship with other consultants is really, really important. On your display, there's a couple things I think that you should want up there. A help wanted sign, maybe with a picture of the starter kit. And the information about our fundraisers, and a little bit of information about our Heroes program, because you don't know who just might come up and ask you a question about it. So if it's there, have your fundraiser packets there. If somebody comes up and says, oh, I'm the president of the PTO, you definitely give them a fundraiser, get their information, their contact information, say, hey, take this take a look at it, and is it okay if I give you a call and ask about, answer any questions you might have. So those are kind of some of the things you want on your display. I recommend your display being not overcrowded and kind of neat. And why I say that is it's the one people are going to want to come over to. I do feel our sprinkles attract you to it. I would suggest having like just crazy, wild looking display. Keep it simple, keep it clean. Maybe a black tablecloth or a pink tablecloth and an accent runner. I would kind of stay away from having way too much because it's just too busy and it might overwhelm people. If you see an event and you're wondering, how do you get in it, just contact whoever's in charge of it. Very nicely ask them if space is still available, if they have another consultant. If they do, if they have another Peak Zebra consultant, just thank them for their time. After the event, you're going to want to remember who your contact person was. It's not a bad idea to send them a little thank you note card. And the reason, especially if it's a good event, is a really good event, definitely do that because you want them to contact you next year when they have the event again. So pretty much be professional. The one thing I would recommend is do not sit behind your table. If you have a space available to stand out in front of your table, and you don't have to stop everybody that's walking by, but have your samples with you. If in an apron pocket or just hold them, have an open jar of sprinkles, whatever. But if you're sitting behind your table, on your phone, on Facebook, they're going to walk right by. They're not going to pay any attention to you. So you want to get out there, talk to the people. You don't necessarily want to stop every single one and say, hey, I have Pink Zebra. Hey, I have Pink Zebra. Just stop and talk to people. And they will come over. Once they have that trust with you, they will come over to see what you're selling. So kind of do that. That's kind of my whole concept of events. Like I said, don't think you're doing it always to get a sale. If you do have products and you do sell it, it's great. Oh, and that's another thing. Always have your products labeled. So if they buy your jar of sprinkles and they need more, they are going to come back to you. Have your name on there, telephone number, website, and email. So on everything that leaves you should have that.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Yeah. So I'll put it on the screen because that's fun. So Heidi wants to know, do you have a certain card that potential customers complete so you have their info? So what kind of door prize or drawing slip do you use?
My slip basically has a spot for their name, telephone number, and email. And then I have questions at the bottom. Would you be interested in hosting a show? And I could upload a copy to Melina and then she could show you. Would you be interested in being a host? Learning more about the opportunity. I think there's something on there about fundraiser. And there is also a line on there for them to put their birth dates. I haven't really implemented that idea as much as I would like to, but I would like to get a birthday club going. So
me too. That's a great idea. All right, so I'll let you, this one's not about events, but I'll let you answer it.
Okay.
Can you explain how we order under a party at our wholesale pricing?
Yes. When you place an order, well, basically for us, there are two ways of placing an order. We have a consultant order, and our consultant order, you place it and you automatically get 25% off. And I tell everybody on my team, if you have to buy paperwork, you have to do a consultant order. No questions about it, you have to. If you are just ordering products only, as long as it totals at least 150, put it in as a party. If it's less than 150, put it in as a consultant order and maybe get some catalogs or whatever. Kind of think that in advance when you want to do that. But if you're doing it as a party order, so you place your order. Everybody, if this is a party or even yourself, everybody would pay you. So they would pay you with cash or checks, or they would give you your credit card information, their credit card. But we're going to talk about cash and checks real quick. You place the order, and when you go to settle that order,
Alpine, hush.
I think they're barking back and forth to each other because mine's barking in the background.
Alpine.
So, okay. So you go to settle that order, and you will do this with the host order too. If they've paid you cash or check and you've got that money into your account, you would hit distributor information, party payment, and then party cash. When you do party cash, at the very end of the party, when you settle it, it will only take the cash of the 25% off cost, the wholesale. So I highly recommend doing party cash. You will make your commission up front. It's a little bit hard to explain, but once you do it a couple of times, it gets easier each time. I also have a little picture step by step, and I'll get that to you too, Melina, that I find.
Thank you.
I share that, and it makes it a little bit easier. And I do that with each of my, unless it's a credit card. If it's a credit card, I process that as a credit card. But everybody who paid me a cash or check, I deposit that money. I do it as a party payment, party cash. And then when Pink Zebra takes the final amount out of my account, it's not the full amount of the party. It's minus the 25%. So I make my commission up front. So
perfect. Tiffany said, amazing tips. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you do a lot of ladies' nights and craft shows. You tend to do the smaller.
I tend to do the smaller. I have not done a lot where I've co-hosted with other consultants. I tend to do them on my own, and I kind of stay with the smaller ones. And like I said, they are a gamble. Sometimes you will go and nobody shows up, and you usually find out real quick that that's the organization that just used Facebook as their advertisements. So usually when I'm looking into them, I do a lot of repeat ones if they were good ones. But when you're not sure at first, it is a little bit of a gamble. But you learn real quick who took the time to do a little bit of advertising. And you'd be surprised. I mean, some of my best ones have been free events. I've done some where I've paid more and just, it just wasn't as good. So you just never know.
Right.
But you make the best of it no matter what. And
right. That's all you can do because you're there. You can't really leave.
Get your name out there,
Now, have you ever been in the situation where they let two Pink Zebra consultants sign up for the same event?
I personally have not. I've had a couple team members have that happen to them. I don't like the idea because I just think it's the organization sucking the money out of everybody. But the ones that have had this happen to them, they have at least, it was a big area and they had them separated. I just don't care for it. I just don't think it's a good work ethic as for the organizers. I just think they're just out for the money. I just don't like it. So, but like I said, when I contact somebody to see if space is available, I say, is space available? I'm with Pink Zebra. Do you have a rep as of yet? Because if they have one, I wouldn't do it. Even if they offered it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's smart. I think that's good. I think it's good to ask that.
Yes.
Ahead of time. All right. And then, do you ever do anything to book parties on the spot at events? Do you have any kind of like booking game?
I don't really do a booking game, but I will offer an incentive if somebody's interested. I'll have a sign, book a party, get a free jar of sprinkles. So yeah, I don't, I know some have done they'll have a particular shade, and maybe anybody who, stops at the table and fills out an entry form gets an entry into that. If you book a party, you get 10 entries. So something like that would work real well too. So, I mean,
I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, fabulous. Well, let's see. Does anybody have any other questions before we hop off? I said it like they were going to talk and respond to me. Well, I guess if
the
I
biggest advice is have fun. Just
yeah,
have
absolutely.
fun, because you never know who may see you there, and if they're like, "Oh my gosh, she looks like she's having a blast," don't sit behind the table on your phone. That's that drives me crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nobody wants to approach you.
No,
You look
they
very
won't.
unapproachable. So, well, wonderful. Well, Paula, I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Us. I do.
And I will get you those two printouts. I have those two. Upload them to you so you can share them with your team.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This was fun. If anyone does come, after they watch the replay and have any questions that I cannot answer, I'll definitely let you know. So we can get. You've probably done a lot more events than I have. You're the event queen.
I have backed down from them a little bit, because my goal this year is to add more parties.
Right.
So, like I said, party is our number one thing, and you can't beat a party, and that's where you are going to make your money. So that
is true.
So yeah. But in events, like I said, an event is a great place to look. Don't think you're going there to sell the whole catalog. You're there to build those relationships and look for your future, future parties and your future team members, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. I can't wait to come do this with your team.
Next week.
Next week. It's going to be so fun. All right. Well,
if I could figure out how to get you on here.
We'll figure it out together. We will. Two heads are better than one. All right.
Congratulations to you going to Panama.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I actually made a video today. It's on my YouTube channel. Saying how I earned the trip. Like what did I do to get enough points? So hopefully that will be, helpful and inspiring to people.
We'll check it out.
Yeah. I'll send you the link.
All righty. Well, you ladies have a good night.
Thank you again. I appreciate you.
All righty. We'll see ya.
Bye.